Make sure he didn't go to a different court.
Okay, Micah Arnold is present. No. Mr. Freeman is here?
Yes, that's what he was just inquiring.
Oh, his client's not here. We'll issue a bench warrant.
Why?
I was asking about Micah Arnold. No problem. Let's see. Mr. Goodrich, who do you have?
I have Mr. Collier, and that's expected to be a waiver of the preliminary exam.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Learvis Milton Collier, 24-03094. Appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people. I would like to make a motion to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120.
The motion's granted.
Thank you.
Attorney Luke Goodrich from the Public Defender's Office here to represent Mr. Collier, who's standing to my right.
Mr. Collier, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
I'm well, thank you. It's nice and sunny out today. And today's our Friday, so we're doing great. Okay, today was the date and time scheduled for a preliminary examination, possession of narcotics, 2 counts. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Mr. Collier intends to waive his preliminary exam, but I would just point out that there's just 1 count.
We'll put ×2 on there. I don't know why they did that. Let's see.
There's a habitual
Oh,
offender
yeah,
notice.
I don't know why they did
that's
that.
Out in their line of sight.
No worries, that's what happens when you rely on the notes from the clerk's office. Okay, 1 count with an habitual offender notice. And there's going to be an unconditional waiver. Is the people waiving their exam as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Collier, you understand that you have the right to have a preliminary examination here in the district court.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the purpose of the exam?
Yes.
You have the right to require that the prosecution establish sufficient probable cause that the felony alleged was committed and sufficient probable cause to charge you as the person who committed that felony. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You want to unconditionally waive your exam?
Yes, sir.
Is anyone threatening you to do that?
No, ma'am.
Has there been any promises extended to you if you enter a waiver to your examination? Is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, there was an offer. The offer on this case was charged without the habituals. Maybe consider today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. I find your waiver to be freely and voluntarily made. This matter will be bound over to the circuit court. Your bind over date is April 30th. So that's the date the circuit court gets the file or accepts the file from the district court, not a appearance date for you, okay? So you do not have to appear in court on April 30th. Do you understand that?
yes, I understand.
Your next court date will then be set and it'll be a pretrial and you'll be made aware of that after it's set. We have an address for you on East Edgewood. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay, phone number ending in 7019.
That's correct, yes, sir.
Okay, it's your responsibility to update the court if there's any changes as to your address or your phone number. Bond in this matter was set at a 2,000 personal recognizance, and that will continue. Any additional matters for the record?
On behalf of the people, Your Honor.
None on behalf of the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set.
All right.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Micah James Arnold, 25-00111. Council, can I have your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephen A. Freeman, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Arnold.
Have we seen Mr. Arnold?
Your Honor, it's my understanding he bonded out of jail on April the 3rd. He is not in the courtroom or home.
You've not had communication with him, I presume.
I beg your pardon?
Have you called him?
Not since I realized he wasn't here this morning, no. In other words, I didn't try to get a hold of him once I realized he wasn't here.
It's been 2 weeks since he bonded out. We've had no communication with him at all, or no attempts to communicate with him.
But actually, I haven't been in the office for the last 2 weeks.
Do you have his number? He can give you his phone number. Maybe he lost his notice to appear while he was in jail.
I don't have his number.
I'll give you the
Right
one we
now.
have in the file. If you can get a hold of him, I can hold this warrant for 48 hours.
I'll do just that. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Mr. Freeman? Here, this is number. At least that's the number you gave at arraignment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson's on. They tell you? He said. He said 2 minutes. Oh, okay. Mr. Lance. Mr. Lee, who do you have?
I have Mr. Octavian Fly, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Octavian Maurice Fly, 25-00972, appearance for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Morning, thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender John Lee appearing on behalf of Octavian.
Someone's finger on. Mr. Fry was scheduled for preliminary examination. Today I have a electronic communication and domestic violence. Let's see, are we continuing to exam today?
Due to the failure to appear necessary witnesses, Your Honor, the people are unable to move forward.
Mr. Lee,
Given the fact that the prosecution is unable to move forward, Your Honor, we would ask for a dismissal at this time.
the dismissal is granted without prejudice. The people do have the right to reissue this charge. You can stand, sir. The people do have the right to reissue this charge against you. Do you understand that? You do understand? Okay, we'll get you a copy of the dismissal in just a moment. Do you have any questions for the
I
court?
need a copy of the indictment also, because I still haven't received it.
You and your attorney can work that out. Yeah, you can get that taken care of, and then we'll notify the county that you'll go to have your GPS tether removed. Any other things, questions, sir? Okay, we'll get your copy in just a moment. You can have a seat. I thought I did too, but I don't see it anymore. I don't have that single attorney, defense attorney in here. It's got prosecutors.
Mr. Coates just popped his head and let me grab him. Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Mills.
Morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm well. I can't really see over the computer screen, but I know that haircut. I knew it
Your
was
Honor.
you.
Not very well, though.
Are you ready on your matter?
We are, Your Honor. I believe my client's currently downstairs. I believe the people are going to be asking for an adjournment.
Okay,
Correct.
you can have him brought up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
He's on the mic.
had his attorney called him ever, he wouldn't have this problem.
Exactly.
I'm getting that stuff over now.
Okay. So, no, he's here. Okay.
What's the team? Yeah. Yeah. Why is that?
Are you there?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what you said. Yeah. It's wandering around there too. Yeah. Go.
That's gonna be up to Mr. Gil. Actually, it's not up to Mr. Gil, it's actually up to, actually up to client. We have to, I wouldn't advise it, I wouldn't advise it.
Wait on the evidence.
It's up to you.
Once we get the evidence. Okay.
And then. Just email it to her, it's okay to show it to you.
Yeah, let's see what we get.
Yes, grab one of those chairs for me, please.
Yeah, exactly. Good success, yeah. I don't think so. There's one in that. Oh, no, you can let that straight out there. No, I forgot. Probably because I was reading all these police reports.
Okay. Yeah.
Miss Wallace, I haven't seen any witnesses in that case.
Yes.
Are you going to dismiss that?
Our plan is to amend the child abuse therapy report. I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So keep the matter going for now. then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are off. I'm like in a weird spot because I didn't make all these offers, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna go run and tell him. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Okay. Hey, Adam. I'm going to turn the power on. Set up. Almost gave Mills a heart attack.
yep, sure.
Nay. Not far off. Amazing. Pretty much.
No, he's not.
Before May. 2 weeks before May.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know, that's all right.
Sure. Was being invasive about it in my face.
I don't know. A lot of things about.
It's just figuring out the glitches and
Yeah, there are things about. I don't think cartel has notes in so many different places.
yeah.
So I want to be able to just.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that.
Docket notes are different than like case notes.
Yeah, you forget to look in something you should know. You know. So. Oh, you've seen this. I'm not gonna ask.
Oh, okay. Oh, and not in the notes. Weird.
Paperwork?
But it's just really weird
I'm ready.
because
I'm ready.
Yeah.
May I?
I don't know. I
The code.
what this all is and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know this is not very some of this or whatever.
Yeah, right, it's hard to decipher.
That I'm like, I don't know.
No, but because I can't remember. Maybe I'll- Oh, wait, yeah, you.
All rise. Miss Sutter is in there. I forgot that she's learned to look. You could be seated. Okay, let's see. Be on your matter. Oh, wait, did his client leave or they're in the?
I'm trying to bring her back. from
Oh,
the-
she's gonna break up, yeah. We really need to fix that so it doesn't make it so difficult. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus DeShaya Reed, file number 24-03395, appearance please. This is sentencing. They don't have to put their appearance on the record.
Good afternoon, good morning, may it please the court, Kareem Johnson, good afternoon, Ms. Reed, it's appearing via Zoom.
Okay. Okay, and today was the date scheduled for a sentencing. I do have a pre-sentence report that was prepared on March 31st. I assume you got a copy of that, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor,
And did you go over that with your client? And do we need to make changes or updates?
I went over there with my client, no changes are being requested, Your Honor.
You can make allocution.
My client was caught in a very, emotional situation. She understands that she should have handled it better. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. And the officers that responded to the scene. She will conduct herself better. I do not think the court has to worry about Ms. Reed, not completing the orders of probation. So we'd ask the court to sentence her to the requested term of probation under the Home People Training Act.
Ms. Reed, are you there? Can you unmute your device?
Yes,
Okay, did your client want to make a statement at all?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I reviewed the pre-sentence report and the recommendation. I also have a copy of the prior criminal history. She's very young. She's appears to be a good candidate for the Homes Youthful Training Act. He does have some bit of a prior criminal history. It's up to Ms. Reed to decide that she's going to stop engaging in the types of behavior that she's engaged in and therefore stop presenting herself before the criminal justice system as a defendant. It's not really in her best interest, and she's young enough where she could turn this around and have a meaningful future. But again, that's up to her. We can give her an opportunity. It's up to you, Ms. Reed, what you do with that opportunity, okay?
Okay.
Going to adopt the recommendation. She'll be sentenced to probation for 9 months. While on probation, she has the following conditions. She's ordered to complete the moral reclamation program. She will be required to submit to random alcohol and substance abuse testing. She has to pay the fee for that. Do you understand that, Ms. Reed?
Yes.
You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to purchase a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. You're not to be in any bars or any nightclubs. And you are required, again, to submit to random preliminary breath testing in your analysis testing. Let's see. Are unemployed. Why?
You said why?
Yes, why are you unemployed?
I have 2 kids and nobody to watch them. I don't have help from my family members or their dads.
Okay, and how old are the children?
2 and 10 months.
I asked that for a very, very good reason. They are asking or suggesting that you obtain employment, but I understand why you would not want to with children that young. So I'm not going to order probation as a part of her probation that she obtain employment. But however it is that you're making your ends meet, you still are required to do the testing and the programming, and some of that does come with a cost. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I am going to grant status under HYTA. There's a $30 per month oversight fee that you are responsible for each month of probation. So that's $270. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that must be assessed plus a $50 state minimum cost. That must be assessed. I don't see a restitution sheet in here, so I'm assuming there is no restitution.
According to the report, there was nothing sent from the victim of the apartment complex. Nothing sent in.
No restitution will be ordered at this time. The total fines and costs is $445. You'll have the opportunity to make monthly payments on that. However, which is about $49 per month. However, understanding that you are unemployed and may have some financial concerns, you should be prioritizing your programming and your testing if money is an issue, okay?
Okay.
I will not penalize you for not being able to make your monthly payments, but you can get penalized for failing to do your testing for alcohol and substance abuse and or failing to participate in any other programming. So that's what I want you to use your resources to prioritize, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Your contact information, I don't believe has changed since the time that you were arraigned. Is that accurate?
Yes.
You will be in contact with someone from probation after they complete the judgment of sentence so that you can go over that order and sign it, and you will begin your probation. You will be reporting remotely for probation, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions at this time?
I need my probation officer's contact information again because I lost the card.
Looks like your probation officer is Joe Sumter. I have, 483-4425, and you'll ask for Joe Sumter. Do you have any other questions today?
Like she's frozen.
It looks red at the bottom, so she might have lost her signal. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, and I'll make sure she has Mr. Sumter's information. She doesn't have.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you. Have a good day.
To you. Okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Charles Gil, 25-00958. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jennifer Lawton on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Mills on behalf of Mr. Gill. Mr. Gill is present and standing to my right at this time.
Okay, Mr. Gill is scheduled for a preliminary examination. I have kidnapping, 2 counts of criminal sexual crime in the 3rd degree, police officer fleeing under the penal code, controlled substance possession, and a criminal sexual crime in the 4th degree. How are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, at this time, the people would respectfully request an adjournment for a couple of reasons. The victim in this case is a minor who is 14. His mother, his parents had an emergency custody motion today before Judge Garcia. My office contacted Judge Garcia regarding their subpoenas, and because it was an emergency motion, was requiring them to be present at that hearing this morning. Additionally, my detective, Molly Brooks, is on vacation this week. I do have one officer present. I could start the exam with him. However, that testimony would be taken largely out of context, and I don't think it makes sense in the interest of judicial economy to start the exam and then continue it. So for those reasons, I would ask for adjournment.
Okay, Mr. Meltz, did you want to respond at all?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, we would object to having an adjournment. However, if the court deems an adjournment to be appropriate, we would just be asked that the time be charged to the prosecutor and the request be charged to the prosecutor for purposes of speedy trial.
The objection is noted. It's overruled. The victim is in another court date. I can't control what the circuit court or the probate court is doing for that timeline. And then the officer is entitled to vacation. Don't you take vacations, Mr. Mills?
I'd love to, Your Honor.
Oh, you don't take any? Weren't you just on one?
It's not important, I don't think, right?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, and so the court finds good cause to go beyond the 21-day timeline to have this matter reset for a date and time where the witnesses can appear. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, ma'am.
May 16th at 9. May 16th at 9 a.m. Works?
That works. Thank you, Your Honor.
It should work, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing else from the people.
And nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Palmer has whom? Kayla Martinez-Wiseman. She in custody?
She is.
Could they bring her up?
Can they bring her up? Sure.
Aren't they just transferring someone? Yeah. I think they're probably already gone. Okay. Oh, Miss Reed is back. Miss Reed?
Yes, I lost connection. Sorry.
No problem. Did you have another question? Your attorney has left, but if you have a question, we might be able to help you.
No, I don't have any more questions.
Okay, you're all set then.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you. See, Mr. Eckert, Mr. Goodrich has Veronica Lawless.
It's my understanding the prosecutor is going to just be amending that down to a misdemeanor.
Is she here? Okay. Okay, so that's gonna get him, okay, on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Veronica Lawless Marnie. 5-00027. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Goodrich from the Public Defender's Office here to represent Ms. Lawless, who is standing to my right.
Okay, today was the date set for preliminary examination for child abuse, 3rd and 4th. And the people are making a motion to amend the complaint.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the people would like to make a motion to amend the complaint and change the charge child abuse 3rd to a child abuse 4th charge. So there will be 2 child abuse 4th charges.
Okay. This will continue on our misdemeanor docket. We'll get you a new date, okay?
May 5th at 10:30.
May 5th at 10:30.
Your Honor, will that be a regular pretrial or a final pretrial?
A regular pretrial.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for the court today, Ms. Lawless Martin?
No, ma'am. It's just Lawless.
It's just Lawless?
Yeah, I've been divorced for like 6 years now.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
Not on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll get you a notice to appear. Thank you.
Your Honor, just to let you know, I also had Jamal Williams, who was in custody. That's expected to be a plea to 2 misdemeanors.
Okay, sounds good. We need to.
Yeah.
Mrs. Sullivan is here.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure.
Okay, let's see. Thank you. They're ready on the next.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that.
We need some people brought up from downstairs. We need Jamal Williams. And Mr. Palmer was in here.
I'm still.
Oh, he is here. We need Martinez-Wiseman.
So Williams, Martinez, Wiseman, was it one more?
Just
Nope, just the 2.
I haven't seen Lindsay Patton. Did Mr.
was in the back.
Oh, okay,
I
maybe
think
Mr.
we'll
Mills
scrap
is
him.
talking.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Would you mind letting us?
We have a file, Kayla Gray. That he picked up a new felony, and the prosecutor is seeing if we can take that case and transfer to your docket. I think our case is older.
Mhm.
Okay. It's supposed to be done.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, let's see. Pretty robust foundation. Yeah, I was like, maybe they're not waiving because they were terrible today. I did see the choosing in the back. Oh, this is medical. Oh, yeah, I don't even know that your attorney's here yet either.
Okay, I just
I've
need-
not seen him. Yeah, that's fine. I see,
Wanted to, if he does go through with the plea as expected, I would like to ask for immediate sentencing in his matter as Judge Babcock yesterday revoked his probation and sentenced him there to 365 days with credit for 60.
sounds good.
Nice to see you all. Have
Have a
long
good
weekend.
one. Thank you. Mr. Silverthorne, I don't know if you know, are you prepared to proceed, Mr. Silverthorne?
Okay.
Are you prepared to proceed? Or are you still
I will be
discussing?
in just a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she said they canceled all the intern badges.
That's true.
Mhm. Okay.
Should I have the information of that? Please, please, please.
So. If it's not- Yeah.
They gotta let us know today about the jury trial. Yeah, they told us today about the jury trial. They gotta let us know today about the jury trial, because we're close to it.
I did for Friday, so I have it.
Okay, let's see if we can get it on base really quickly while we wait for the inmates. to come up.
No. No, so we still have that office. Yes, that just happened. I didn't know that. I don't have it yet.
Let's see. My sister.
Probably Adams. We, that just say call, yeah. No, I paid for this one, but then he will be too long. So I'm not sure. So this is. Yeah, I know. Right. This one. Sure, no problem. And then Patton, you have an official conflict, right? Okay, I just want to make sure. We've done that. Okay, perfect. Right. Okay. Sure. Mhm. Sounds good. Thanks. I'll have to do my best.
Dash video. Right.
This isn't that big. No, I said they're not. Okay. Because yeah, I know talking about all these names, so you can check them.
Is that MSP? The state police.
Request those. Okay. And the ones we don't have. And then we can go to Mr.
Yes.
And then the only thing that
Yeah.
I'm just reading it.
Yep. Got it. Thank you. You don't have to leave me alone.
You?
Not the same. Yeah.
It shouldn't run. I don't know if it's going to. I'm gonna try to get this from out. I'm assuming. Kind of hearing you got, you running the exam?
No. So what we're doing is we're waiving up with an offer. We're not pleading to anything, we're not saying anything. So, consider.
Going. I don't have anything of you to say, do I?
No, but I'm trying to find out who's coming.
Joel. It's like-
See, we have a couple of things that we're trying.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we have any copies of these cases.
Okay. Let me see. What's that?
Joseph Gomez. Yes, two cases. Right.
Mr. Sandoval, that's our meeting.
Jump on, sorry, there's another one.
Yeah, two cases, one of them has 2 counts on it. So from 2019.
It's offer 1-to-1.
Yeah. Contact with the client right now. I'll tell you that. He doesn't have a phone.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna get anything done before Monday.
Wanda.
I don't think she'll.
One considering the chair.
Only as charged.
Yeah.
This is a plea. But then we also have Jennifer McClinton.
Okay.
This is domestic violence.
We just need Mr. Martinez to sign.
Also.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I don't know what we're doing yet. They just
Okay.
gave me a misdemeanor.
I'm trying to see which one's faster. If you can do that one first, whatever. one
Yeah,
is
let me
faster.
talk to you.
I gotta call this victim. Online.
So they just made you free offer. They will get rid of all 4 felonies. As well as everything related.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, one more, because there's a second file for that person.
Vermont, okay.
Yes.
Right, and that's gonna go away.
Yep.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Robert Mott, I have file numbers 23-02813FY and then 23-03108 FY. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joel Martinez appearing on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan.
Good morning, Honor. Dwayne Silverman from the Office of Public Defender on behalf of Robert Mott, who is standing to my right at council table and appearing on both cases.
Okay, thank you. One file has a home invasion third, that is, and then the other is a weapons charge. And my understanding is that the parties will be waiving, is that accurate?
The people unconditionally waive their right to a preliminary examination, judges.
We also unconditionally waive our right to preliminary examination, and this will be on the basis of a pre-offer that I believe that Mr. Martinez will be placing on the record.
Council.
Your Honor, what's been extended that will carry into circuit court is the following. There's 2 files. As it relates to 23-2813FY, home invasion 3rd degree, that would be a plea as charged to the home invasion 3rd degree. In file 23-3108FY, offer is prohibited person in possession of a firearm. R and O as a second offense habitual offender. Dismiss the 2 felony firearms. I believe that's what the waiver is predicated on, Judge, just for that off.
Okay,
Yes, Your Honor, and I think it's inferred that for Mr. Mott's benefit, I want to emphasize that the have second is replacing what you're currently charged with, which is a have for.
okay, that's accurate, Mr. Mott.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you understand in each of these files, you do have the right to have a preliminary examination. You understand that you have the right to have the prosecutor establish sufficient probable cause that each felony was committed and probable cause sufficient to charge you as the person who committed the felony.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to unconditionally waive your examination?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so anyone threatening you to waive your exam?
No.
Any promises not stated here on the record to get you to want to waive your exam?
No.
Find your waiver to be freely and voluntarily given. Your bind over date is April 30th. And that's the date that circuit court will receive the file from the district court, not a date that you need to appear in circuit court, okay?
All right.
Your next court date in circuit court will be a pretrial unless your counsel, Mr. Silverthorne, is going to file some motion to have you rearranged, okay?
Yes.
Let's see. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, Your Honor. No.
Looks like bond in each of the files is 5,000 cash surety. In the file number ending 2813, there is a no contact order as to an Emily Alsweck or Alsweek. You're not to have contact directly or indirectly with the alleged victim. Will continue as set. Any additional matters?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
For the defendant, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. So you need Ms. Martinez to sign? Yeah. And then we'll get it signed by, Ms. Martinez, we need to sign that, for a transfer to 50.
We have, well, Martinez-Wiseman.
Yeah.
Says you've been brought to court, misdemeanor charge.
Who do you have?
Mr. Williams, you'd like to speak with him.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan, especially Jamal Michael Williams, 25-00981. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Gil on behalf of the people.
Attorney Luke Goodrich from the Public Defender's Office, here to represent Mr. Williams, who is standing to my right. Mr. Honor, may I approach with an advice of rights form?
Yes, please. Mr. Williams is currently charged with count 1, controlled substance possession of analogs, and count 2, police officer assaulting and resisting. You can stand up, sir. And there's going to be a misdemeanor plea. What's the offer?
The offer, Your Honor, is a use and an attempt RNO.
Maximum penalty on each.
1 year. 1 year.
Okay, and you would like to accept that offer?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Okay, you can put your hand down. I do have an advice of rights and plea information sheet. These are the same, actually. I don't know where the second page is. These are this, yeah, this is probably the old advice of rights. Because the new one has a second page, it should be under there.
I thought I, yeah, both pages there.
No, this one is an old one.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. And so the
Oh, I
second,
see.
the
Yeah.
second one only has rights at the top.
Okay.
Let me see what you have there.
Yeah, so
No, those, yeah, those are still the same. I don't see the second page there. The second page would only have like one last right listed and then the signature line. We're in there, you mean? Yeah. Are they in the bed, the second page?
They should have been underneath.
There,
Here,
there.
but they are some here.
There it goes, Mr. Goodrich.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, and we have this advice of rights, and you've gone over these rights with your attorney, correct? Okay, so you understand that in order to accept the plea offer, to plead guilty to the amended charge of use of a controlled substance, and to plead guilty to the amended charge of attempted resisting obstructing officer, you would have to give up each of the rights that's listed here. You understand that? That means you're gonna give up your right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until you are proven guilty. Did you understand that? You have the right to proceed to a trial and a jury trial, and to have the prosecution prove each element of each of the charges being brought against you, and they have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. You want to give up those rights? You also have the right that you would give up to remain silent at any trial and not have that silence be used against you. Your right to subpoena witnesses that will testify on your behalf. Your right to present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charges. Your right to see, hear, and question any other witnesses called to testify against you. And your right to waive your silence and testify on your own behalf. You understand that? Is anybody threatening you to get you to give these rights up and then plead guilty to the amended charge?
No.
Has there been any promises extended to you in exchange for a guilty plea?
No.
As you are currently on probation out of 54B, correct?
That was revoked yesterday.
That was revoked. You understand that by pleading guilty, you may need to report this conviction to your current employer or to a future employer.
Yes, sir.
It also could have some impact on travel status or immigration status that you may seek in the future. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As to the amended charge of use of a controlled substance, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And as to the amended charge of attempted resisting obstructing officer, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis.
Your Honor. Mr. Williams, on or about April 1st of 2025, did you come into contact with the police near Maloney Street and Barrack Drive?
Yeah.
And that location's in the city of Lansing, county of Ingham, state of Michigan, correct?
Yeah.
Prior to having contact with the police, had you used a substance of oxycodone on that day?
Yes.
And that you would agree that that substance would essentially, I guess, qualify as an analog? It's an illegal substance. You didn't have a prescription, correct?
Yes.
And also, after you came into contact with the police on that day, did there come a time where you were handcuffed in front of a police car?
Yes.
And at that time, did one of the officers begin to search you?
Yes.
And as part of that search, did you grab onto a plastic bag that was in your pocket and prevent the officer essentially from getting a hold of that plastic bag?
Yes.
So, and you continue to do that even after the officers ordered you to drop it?
Yeah. Yes.
Your Honor, I believe we have a factual basis for both use of a controlled substance and for attempted resisting obstruction.
Any questions from the prosecution?
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea and find it to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. My understanding is that his probation of 54B was recently revoked. He's serving a term of 365 days.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll move to immediate sentencing on this matter. 180 days Ingham County Jail credit for any time served. And the remainder will be served concurrent with your 54B sentence. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
Not on behalf of people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're all set. Thank you.
It's not having any time to review it. Okay.
The record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kayla Martinez-Wiseman. Whose phone is that? Everyone's phone is on silent. That's the computer that go off. Council appearance.
Good morning, Joel Martinez appearing on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Palmer, the Public Defender's Office, on behalf of Kayla Martinez-Wiseman, who is standing.
Today was the date scheduled. We have a preliminary examination, assault with a dangerous weapon, malicious destruction, fire, and 2 counts of police officer assault, resisting, and then there is a bond violation.
May I approach the police sheet, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
And may I approach with the advice of rights?
Thank you. Okay, let's see, their plea offer here says the people are offering you to plead guilty to amended charges of 2 counts of attempted resisting, obstructing an officer. Restitution is to be determined, and they will dismiss the remaining, and I'm assuming they're recommending dismissal on the bond violation.
Yes, Judge. In exchange for this plea, we will. Yes.
And your client would like to accept the offer.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. These 2 pages here, you can put your hand down, are advice of rights and plea information sheet. You've gone over this with your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about these rights?
No, Your Honor.
Are you willing to give up all the rights listed here in order to accept the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that means that you're going to give up or waive your presumption of innocence. You're innocent until proven guilty. You would have to waive that presumption if you want to plead guilty. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You would have to give up your right to cross-examine or confront in court any of the witnesses the prosecutor was intending to call to testify against you. Give up your right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you. Your right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf, and then your right to waive your silence and testify at your own trial. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anyone threatening you to plead guilty to these amended charges?
No, Your Honor.
Has there been any promises extended to you, not stated here on the record, to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or on parole?
Probation?
I think she's actually on bond.
Oh, you have another matter pending.
Yeah.
I think at a 55th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The case that the bond violation is the new case. The bond violation on this case is a new case that she waived preliminary exam on, I think, last week.
Okay. So that this won't likely have any effect on that because that happened after you were obviously on bond on this. But do you understand that a guilty plea in this could have impact on your employment? So you may need to report this to a current employer or put this conviction on a future job application.
Yes, Your Honor.
It also could have impact on where you can travel or seek immigration. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the amended counts 3 and 4 of attempted resistant obstructing, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis?
Thank you. Ms. Martinez-Wiseman, I'm going to take you back to February 9th, 2025. On that date, were you at 4524 Stillwell Avenue?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's okay. And that location, as far as you know, that location is within the city of Lansing?
Yeah.
Ingham County? State of Michigan? And on that date and at that time, you came into contact with 2 different police officers of the Lansing Police Department, right?
Yes.
You knew they were police officers because they were wearing full police uniforms?
Yes.
And they, at least one of them had a police squad car, is that right?
Yes.
And at some point while you were there on that date, they tried to take you into custody, is that right?
Yes.
And while they were trying to search you, you actually pulled away from an officer Washington and tried to get into the squad car, is that right?
Yes.
And then also while you were there, once you got into the squad car and they were trying to remove you, you started kicking, is that right?
Yes.
I think that satisfies the factual basis for those 2 counts.
Any questions from the prosecution?
No questions. People are satisfied, Judge.
The court is also satisfied with the factual basis and finds your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Is she being held on the other matter?
She's not being held on the other matter, Your Honor. The only thing that's holding her is the bond violation that was just allowing her to be dismissed, or that was just.
Oh, so you dismissed per plea. I am dismissing it per the recommendation, and it relates to the sentencing date, June 5th at 9 a.m.
Understood. Okay.
So let's see here. I'm going to order that as part of her sentencing, she undergo a substance abuse assessment as well. Let's see. Her bond was 2010%. I'm assuming it was revoked after this is set.
I think that's correct, Judge. My understanding was revoked as a result of the bond violation.
I'm trying to see who did the bond violation. Somebody at 55th, because I can't read here. That's why I can't read the handwriting. Okay. You can address bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask that the court consider releasing Ms. Wiseman Martinez on a personal recognizance bond. She is still only 21. She is residing with her mother at an address that's listed on the advice of rights form. My understanding is that Ms. Martinez-Wiseman has some things that are set up for her. She's kind of trying to get enrolled in Michigan Works and trying to get back in school. She just got a driver's license. She is seeming to turn it around. Her mom actually did call me yesterday. I know that her mom is quite concerned, and I know that her mom is going to try to get a handle on this. I do think that there are protections in place. I think that Ms. Martinez-Wiseman, I think it seems to me that her biggest issue right now is herself and that she's struggling with some alcohol issues. I would, if the court has concerns about safety, I would ask that rather than leaving her in jail, that we address those concerns by adding a scram tether or something along those lines. I do think she has a lot on her plate, certainly, and I think she is trying to get turned around. So I would ask the court to consider a personal offense.
Bond is reinstated at the 10% with scram tether. Not to have any alcohol or any other controlled substance unless you have a valid prescription. And don't try to tamper with the scram, it doesn't work. We get notified when there's a tamper. Anytime you try to place anything in between there so that it's not testing your alcohol levels, we know what's going on. So make sure you're compliant so that you don't get a violation for a tamper, and that if there's an issue, we're here thinking that there probably is an alcohol related issue, but we want to address it. So blocking it so that you can drink is not going to help you, okay? You're also not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to travel outside the state without prior approval of the court. You're not to possess a firearm, ammunition, or any other dangerous weapon, or use anything else as a dangerous weapon. Do you understand that? Yes, ma'am. You need to report to probation within 48 hours. We are closed tomorrow, so you need to report by Monday, 11 o'clock, okay? In person. They're gonna get you set up for your pre-sentence interview. You do have to do a substance abuse assessment as part of that pre-sentence interview and preparation for your sentencing, okay? That's right. They'll schedule you for an interview. You must return again for the interview. So you can't miss any of those dates. If you come back to me on June 5th and I don't have a completed pre-sentence report, I'm going to put you in jail, okay? Yes, ma'am. So you're going to need to be responsible. And I recognize you're young, but you're 21 years old. So you're not that young where you can't keep in calendar dates and remember where you're supposed to be and when you're supposed to be there, okay? Yes, ma'am. Do you have any questions for the court today? No, Your Honor. If your address changes or your contact number changes for any reason during the next month and a half, it's your responsibility to notice us, okay? So that we get contact information for you. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
Not from the fence, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I have the plea sheet from Williams.
Oh, thank you. Okay, it looks like I have Lindsay Patton.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is the state of Michigan versus Lindsay Patton in file number 25-00691.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joel Martinez appearing on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan.
And good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Milton, on behalf of Mr. Patton. Mr. Patton is present and standing to my right at this time.
It was the date scheduled for preliminary examination. I have a manufactured delivery less than 50 grams. counts 2 through 4, weapons, firearm, possession by prohibited person, and 6 through 8, a felony firearm. You running an exam?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that this is an adjournment request by Mr. Milks for discovery purposes. If I may make a record briefly. Thank you. There was a lab report that was just put in my possession today that I forwarded. Well, I showed Mr. Milks the lab report. There's also the affidavit and search warrant for this case that I also showed Mr. Milks today. He would like an opportunity to review those things with his client judge before deciding whether or not to proceed. Also, my understanding that there may be some body cams that need to be requested as well in this matter, and I'll request those and provide those to the defense as well, Judge. And I'll defer to Mr. Milks and anything else he'd like to place in the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we've made several requests for this discovery through the pendency of this case, including, as the court may recall, placing this on the record at our probable cause conference. We don't know why nothing was provided. However, after speaking with Mr. Martinez, he was prompt on top of things and he got us what we were asking for immediately. So I've got some concerns as to why the office in general could not provide it when Mr. Martinez, who again is very good at what he does, was able to get it so quickly. It just draws some concerns that this evidence was there but not provided. For these reasons, Your Honor, just as Mr. Martinez has already stated, we are asking for an adjournment in this matter. This is not just police reports, Your Honor. These are essential things such as a lab report, such as the affidavit for warrant that are essential for us moving forward if I'm going to be able to represent them in a preliminary examination. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, we did not address the timeline. I think last week we did mention that you wanted, or you were seeking some additional discovery, so.
Thank you.
And I understand. Yep, so I do understand that the prosecution, I believe, is working on some of that and has recently came into possession of some of the other documents that you're seeking. So you had the right to have your examination within 21 days of the date that you're arraigned, but due to ongoing discovery, the court's going to find good cause to go beyond the 21 days, okay? We'll get you a new date. May 16th, 8:30. May 16th, enough time at 8:30.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe so, yes.
I don't have an issue with that date, Your Honor. Thank you. I appreciate the court's indulgence.
No problem. We'll get you a new notice to appear. Do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Not from the people, Your Honor.
And not from the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wonderful, thank you. Mr. McClinton, have you heard from your attorney?
No, ma'am, I haven't this morning.
And Adam.
And I have not seen Mr. Crone. Judge, I've been here all morning. I haven't seen him.
I don't think he's here.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh, yeah,
keep a copy or?
Yeah, we keep a copy,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think that's the only thing we have left this morning. Judge, right, Mr. McClintock's matter?
That's correct.
Okay. I will reach out to Mr. Crone.
Thank
his
you.
office, and see if I can get some answers. Thank you. Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Sorry, we're gonna request. She will, that's what.
He's gonna come up on the record. On the record, in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Micah James Arnold, 25-00111, council appearance.
Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Attorney Luke Goodish from the Public Defender's Office filling in for Stephen Freeman
It was
today
supposed to be a 48-hour hold.
and representing Mr. Arnold, who's standing to my right.
Okay, Mr. Arnold was scheduled this morning for a preliminary examination. That was scheduled for 8:30. We did receive notice that you were running late, but we didn't get that notice until after your attorney had already left.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I think he has some personal things going on right now, so he's a little difficult to get in touch with. We did make attempts to get him back here to try to handle your matter today, but he's not reachable at this time. And so because of that, the court is going to find good cause to go beyond the 21-day timeline that you had the right to have your exam in, so that I can reset this to a new date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you take public transportation here?
Yes, the bus.
Okay, and so there's no buses that can get you here earlier, is what you're saying?
The bus it'd be running late, like 40 minutes and stuff, wait 40 minutes and stuff to go back around.
Okay, so when we reset this, we'll do this more closer to the 9:30 time.
Thank you, that'd be good.
May 15th at 10:30. May 15th at 10:30. Issue a new notice to appear. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
A phone number for you ending in 1142, is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, we did provide that to your attorney earlier today as well. Additional matters for the record.
Not on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And not on behalf of the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry. The video on Detroit News has a On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Eric McClinton, 25-00071, appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Just to throw on behalf of Eric McClinton, standing to my right.
Today was a date scheduled for a preliminary examination. We had already waived the timeline on this, so we don't need to address that. And there's a request for an adjournment.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the people will be requesting an adjournment. This is APA Adam Pfeiffer's case. I'm filling in for today. He is unavailable due to being in trial. But additionally, he indicated to me that we are still waiting on some videos from defense. So at this time, we'd ask for an adjournment for those reasons.
I have a note here for March. The video was supposed to be turned over from defendant to prosecutor.
I have those videos. I discussed them with them. I haven't gotten videos from prosecutor yet, body cams from them. At this point in time, this is the second time we've been here. The one issue with this case is that the officer that's not referenced anywhere in the reports is Mr. McClinton's uncle. The complaining witnesses.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me back up. My note specifically said that you were providing videos over to the prosecution, which is what they said as well.
Okay. Well,
That's not
I'll get
the
them over
case?
to them. I must have slipped my mind to get it to them.
Okay, and you've made a request for some video as well, Mr. Perot?
Usually they give me the videos, the axon, the reference in the police report that I received from the prosecutor's office. Axon one.
You've not received the Axon link? Body
There's
cam?
no Axon link.
No
Yeah.
axon, no body cams, no.
Yeah, you have to make a special request for the body cam.
Have always gotten the body cams. By requesting.
Okay. Okay, now you were talking about a witness that's not been named in the report?
Well, police officer that was on the scene. Police department.
Okay,
One of the officers that was involved was related to the situation, but he's not referenced anywhere in the reports. There is a "we" reference in the report.
he's related to the situation, you said?
He's the nephew of both of the individuals. He also had the vehicle towed from the property, knowing full well that it was his uncle's vehicle on his uncle's property, who had been married to his aunt for 34 years.
43.
I was trying to get still, well, bringing all this.
I'm not sure how a vehicle being towed has anything to do with the assault with intent to do great bodily harm and a domestic violence third.
It shows his bias, and he comes into the scene. Initially, when medical comes there, they'd say there's no reports of strangulation. And then upon reading questions and prompting, the story seems to be manufactured.
Okay, so your position is that there's an officer that was a part of the investigation that is his nephew, but you think that he's biased against his uncle versus,
Because
typically it's the
not
opposite.
blood, he's an in-law.
Oh,
No, he is my brother.
I was gonna say-
That's my sister's son. He's my sister's son. and He
typically,
conflict.
that doesn't lend to bias against the defendant. It's usually in his favor. But your
I'll get the
position,
videos over
well,
to you.
I'll leave that to you to determine or to present at the time of the exam, but that, we don't have that here today. I don't know why that officer, if he was involved in the investigation, would not have been listed, but that's up for you all to determine. We already waived the timeline. It looks like additional discovery is being sought. He hasn't received the link for the videos, and then he's got some video evidence that he's going to turn over to the prosecution. Mr. Pfeiffer is in trial. We will reset this matter.
15th and 9.
It's May 15th at 9 work. For you, Mr. Perone?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll get you a notice to appear. Do you have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Not on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Further, Your Honor.
You're all set.
have a quick question. So this is something. And the victim is participating and other officers. I mean, yeah.
Maybe you're on.
obviously
Sorry,
that was-
you're
From
on.
what I can tell, it seems like the other officers are there. It's just like he's actually arresting. Yeah.
Okay, that's all we have until 1:30.
So I'm just waiting on.
Let's see.